Hello, I hope everybody's doing great. Today we are going to be doing an oil change on my 2012 Jeep Wrangler with a 3.6L Pentastar engine. Let's get started. Oil. In my case, I'm using Royal Purple 5W30, 13 millimeter socket, 24 millimeter socket wrench, flathead screwdriver, oil filter with its corresponding rubber gasket, torque wrench, gloves. In my case, I ended up using nitrile gloves. A funnel comes in very useful, paper towels or rags. Alright, so my engine compartment should look fairly similar to yours, except for this air intake, this box. So the first step we're going to do, we're going to remove the plastic cover. Excellent. So we are going to be working with this guy to check our oil levels. This right here, this is to actually insert the oil filter. And to the right, this is where we're going to insert the new oil. So those are the three important spots where we need to have our attention. All right, now that we are down here, you're gonna find your oil drain plug, which is located right here. It's gonna be on the right side of your drive shaft. You're gonna position your oil catch can right there. Make sure you put it a little bit farther this way at start, because it does shoot out. All right, now we're gonna remove the oil drain plug. I'm using a 13 millimeter socket. Let's get that off. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. It's gonna shoot out. All right, there we go. So make sure push the can as far forward as you can, because once this starts running out, it's gonna start dripping and you don't wanna have that oil dripping down there. So while that's happening, let's go and replace our filter up top. Next, we're gonna swap out our filters. So in this case, I am using a 24 millimeter socket. All right, now that that's loose, I'd grab a towel or a rag. Catch it, and there we go. That is what we have to swap out for the new filter. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now that we got that guy out, it's very easy to remove the filter. Literally just gonna pull, and there we go. Stick this guy in a bag to avoid any mess. So we have to replace this gasket, this rubber gasket. So easiest way I found of doing this, grab yourself a flathead screwdriver, flip it backwards, stick it in there, hook it, and voila, that easy. So stick that guy in the bag. So your new filter should come with its own gasket. So let's go ahead and open this guy up, put it on the lid. There we go. Same process. I usually just get the first part, stretch it. That was actually a lot easier than I was expecting. So we've got our new gasket on there. We're gonna grab our new filter. And if you can see, it's got the little hooks where the filter hooks onto. So just stick it in there, make sure you hear a click. I'll do that again just so you could hear it. And there you go, that easy. So now we are gonna stick this back in there. Back to the 24 millimeter. I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten it so it doesn't turn anymore, and then we'll go ahead afterwards and use a torque wrench on it with the correct specs. So there we go. All right, so while we were changing out the filter, the oil is done dripping. So what I'm gonna do now is set the torque wrench to the correct specs. So here we go, let's open it. So our oil drain plug is rated for 40 pound-feet of torque. So I mean, this guy is from Harbor Freight, very cheap. I really recommend you get one. As far as changing it, you could see it has got, if I could get it into focus, the torque specs right here, and you can be precise and rotate this knob, which I have to loosen the bottom to rotate, to an actual number in between 10. So we are gonna set it up to 40. So let's go ahead and do that. Loosen the bottom up, twist this guy up until it goes up, and I've got a 0 there. And there we go, 40 and a 0. So good, now tighten that back up. So now I'm gonna go and put that oil drain plug in, use the regular wrench, make sure it's kind of tight, and then check the correct torque. Another good thing to check right now is the oil type. I am using Royal Purple 30. We are, in this case, using 6 quarts. That is what the engine says. You can always check your vehicle manual. In my case, dun, 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 dun. And, oh, there you go. There's arguments whether you can use 5W20, 5W30. In my opinion, 5W30 is the way to go. It's thicker, protects the engine bay more. The engine, there are multiple articles you can read as far as the benefits of using 30 over 20. So that's completely preference. I would do your own research. This is what I'm using, so let's go ahead and tighten that oil drain plug. It's always a good thing to check the oil drain plug. There might be metal residues, which that sign. So check your plug. So you want to hear a click on the torque wrench. So there we go. I'm gonna do that one more time just to make sure. So you hear that click, that's what you want to hear. All right, so now that that is sealed up, let's go ahead and pour some new oil in here. On the right side of the engine bay, you're gonna find this guy. So here is where we are adding all the new stuff. This is where a handy dandy funnel. So nice trick, twist it sideways, and stop gulping like that. All right, now that we added the oil, let's go ahead and start her up. It's alive! All right, now that we did the oil, we're gonna put the plastic cover on, make sure it aligns with these guys down here. All right, a few things to mention. After the oil change, I leave the vehicle running for 5 minutes and I put it in a level ground, and then I check the oil again. Peace of mind, make sure everything's working okay. You let that oil lubricate. So yeah, thanks for watching.